Hello students. So the second important concept in this chapter where we'll be having certain problems is called as in advance tax or advance payment of tax. So let us understand advance tax in simple terms or layman's terms. So basically when an individual is supposed to pay tax, he'll be earning the income in an year which is called as previous year, and again he'll be paying the tax on the income earned in the previous year in the succeeding year which is called as the assessment year. Now when it comes to advance tax, an assessee is supposed to or required to pay the tax in the same year in which or in the same financial year in which he earns the income, and that tax is called as advance tax. So basically, in the traditional income tax, what will happen? The income will be earned in 1 year, and the payment will be made in the succeeding year. But in case of advance tax, the same year in which the income is earned, in the same year, the assessee will be paying the tax. Now, when it comes to advance tax, there is a condition. Not everyone is supposed to pay the advance tax. Only if there is an assessee who thinks that in this current year his tax liability would be exceeding rupees 10,000, only those types of assessees, both corporate as well as non-corporate assessees, who feel that their tax liability in the year or in the present year on the current year is exceeding 10,000 rupees or 10,000 or more, they are supposed to pay the advance tax. So this is the condition for making payment of advance tax. Now, an assessee is required to pay the tax in particular financial year preceding the assessment year on basis of his estimated income. Now, basically, how they will estimate this advance tax, we will understand in the later part of this chapter. Now, every person is liable to pay advance tax, as I told you, only if the advance tax payable is 10,000 or more. So, as I've already told you, only if there is a person who feels his tax liability is more than 10,000 or 10,000 or more than 10,000, only they are supposed to or they are liable to pay advance tax. Then again, all the items are liable for payment of advance tax. So what do you understand by all the items are of income are liable to for advance tax? That means all the incomes under the different heads of income, all the five heads of income is liable for making payment of advance tax. That means all the incomes which an individual or a corporate assessee is earning under different heads of income will be considered for payment of advance tax. Then again, a resident senior citizen who is not having any business, any income under the head business or profession, then such senior citizens is excluded from making the payment of advance tax. So advance tax is payable by all except senior citizens. So senior citizens means any citizens who has attained the age of 60 or more, they are called as senior citizens. And if they are not having any income from the head business or profession, then again such senior citizens are excluded or exempted from making the payment of advance tax. Now again, let us understand how the payment of advance tax is made, or when what are the due dates for making the advance tax. Now when in case of advance tax is not paid in a single lump sum, so it is paid in different installments or it is paid in different time periods. Now first we will understand the due dates of payments of advance tax in case of corporate assessees and non-corporate assessees. Now in case of non-corporate assessees, that means assessees other than companies, on or before 15 September, that means the advance tax is supposed to be paid by the individuals or any other association of persons, body or individuals or partnership firm. 30% of the advance tax liability has to be paid on or before 15 September of the year of the previous year. Now again, not less than 60% of the advance tax has to be again paid before 15 December. Now before on or before 15 September, non-corporate assessees has to make the payment 30%, make the payment of advance tax of 30%, and by on or before 15 December, then again 60% of the advance tax liability should be paid. Then again, on or before 15 March, they should ensure that 100% of the advance tax liability is paid to the government. So in the three different installments, advance tax will be paid by the non-corporate assessees. So these are the due dates of these are the due dates for making the payment of advance tax. Now in case of corporate assessees or in case of companies, then again they have to make the payment of advance tax in four different installments. The first installment will be on or before 15 June. So before 15 June, 15% of the advance tax should be remitted by the corporate assessees or companies. Then again second installment to the extent of 45% of the advance tax has to be paid on or before 15 September. Then again 75% of the advance tax liability has to be paid by the company before 15 December. Then again enter 100% of the advance tax liability should be paid on or before 15th of March. So in these 4 different installments, in case of corporate associates or companies, advance tax has to be paid. So in case of non-corporate associates like individuals, individuals, firms, association of persons, body of individuals, they have only 3 installments. In case of companies or corporate associates, they have 4 different installments. So this is about due dates and what is the percentage or proportion of the advance tax to be paid in different installments. Now once you understand this, then again let us move on and understand what will be the consequences if the advance tax is not paid by the corporate as well as non-corporate associates. Now if there is any associate who is liable to pay advance tax and has failed to pay such tax, that means if you are if there is any associate whose taxable income is more than 10,000 in that particular year, and if he has failed to pay the advance tax in the same year, then again simple interest on the assessed tax amount at the rate of 1% for every month till he makes the payment of tax will be computed. Then again, an assessee who has paid advance tax but he has failed to pay less than 90% of the assessed tax, then again simple interest of 1% will be levied on every part of the month till the entire amount is paid. So these are 2 different things which you have to remember. Now again for computation of advance tax, then again there is one simple format. So using this format we will be computing the amount of advance tax which has to be paid by the assessee. Now we have to consider how the starting point for computation advance tax is income which is earned under all the heads of income. So under it may be income from business or profession, salary, it may be income from house property, it may be income from other sources or capital gains. So whatever income a particular assessee earns under different heads of income, everything should be clubbed together, and the total income under 5 heads of income will be the starting point for computation of advance tax. Now whatever income you have in a particular assessee has earned under 5 heads of income, from that again if there are any brought forward losses and allowances is there in case of income from business and profession has to be again deducted. Then we will arrive at gross total income. Then again once from gross total income, again we have to show the deductions under chapter 6, that is section 80 C to 80 U. Then again from gross total income, if you make the deduction from section 80 C to 80 U, you will be getting the total income of the assessee. So once you get total income, then again if you have to calculate surcharge if it is more than 1 crore. So you know when to compute surcharge in what cases. So if the total income is more than 1 crore, then again surcharge will be applicable at prescribed rates. So this total income again surcharge calculation and total surcharge will be put together, you will be getting total tax payable or total tax liability. Now again after finding out the tax payable or tax liability, if in case of an individual, he can claim relief under section 89 in case if he is receiving any arrears of salary or advance payment of salary. So if there are any arrears of salary or advance salary, a particular individual can claim relief under section 89. Then again after claiming relief under section 89, whatever tax liability is you get as a balance, on that again you have to levy 4% health and education. So that would be your total tax liability payable. Now once you get this total tax liability, in case if you are a corporate assessee, then again you can claim MAT credit which is available in the previous year under section 115 JA. Now in case of an individual, again if your income is taxed twice or if it is double tax, then again based on the provisions of double taxation avoidance agreement, you can claim relief under section 90, 90 as well as 91. And whatever balance amount is there, then from that amount again you whatever TDS you have deducted and which is reflected in the form 26AS and form 16 and 16A, that has to be deducted, and whatever balance amount you get at ultimately at the end would be your advance tax liability which you have to pay to the government. Now in case of a corporate assessee, you have to pay this whatever amount you get as a advance tax liability at the end of this format. That amount in case of if you are a corporate assessee or a company, you have to pay in 4 different installments. In case if you are an individual or a non-corporate assessee, you have to pay in 3 different installments. Anyways, all these conditions would not be applicable. The problem would be quite simple. So once we start with the problems, we will be much clearer with the calculation of advance tax. Thank you.